Today's episode is brought to you by Loadless Laundry.
Doing laundry stinks.
With Loadless, you can text to get your laundry picked up, washed, folded, and returned.
You can do random pickups or get on a reoccurring schedule.
Loadless operates on an affordable monthly subscription.
You can get $10 off your first wash by entering code ADULTBABY when you subscribe.
Check them out at GoLoadless.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, voted Long Island's best podcast by a bot farm in Russia. It's the Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just...
Like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Huh?
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 331. I am B.
I'm Chick.
I'm Ryan.
Good energy, B.
Yeah.
That's what they call me.
High energy, B.
Big energy B. Yeah. I have no energy, but, you know, how you guys doing?
All right.
You should have energy. You played a game of softball last night.
He's feeling himself. Feels like an athlete now.
Oh, no, I don't feel like an athlete. That's not the word I would use to describe how I feel.
No?
No.
So I thought maybe you were at the game.
I honestly, they asked me if I could help, like play. They needed people or whatever, and I had a coach last night, or I would have loved to have been there.
Yeah, you would have. You would have gotten a kick out of it.
I would have gotten a big kick out of it.
Yep. So what do you want to know?
Well, let's go from you first. Just how did you feel? How did it go? What did you?
I wanted to. You went to batting practice once. You went to the batting cage one time.
Went to the batting cage. I hit a bunch of balls.
Okay.
Say 50 balls.
All right.
Why are you saying that weird?
I don't know. A 50 ball. I'm guessing how many I hit.
So how'd you feel going into that? Like, how did you feel?
Oh, I was hitting great in batting practice.
Okay.
And then we did a little throw the ball around in the field. I hit a couple there. It was fine.
Yeah.
I had trouble fielding the ball,
I know,
I'd say.
it's hard. When you're out of practice, it's hard reading the ball.
Yeah, that was a problem.
You were having trouble reading balls just as a catch.
No, not really.
I was there for that.
Yeah, because you threw a little sideways.
You stopped by a little bit.
Well, I forget
you
why
were
I was
warming
there.
up.
I went. They happened to be in the park, and they were like, "Oh, you should stop by." They were at Allen.
I told him to swing by. He came by and he berated us for about 15 minutes and left.
Yeah.
I got involved though. I had a catch with them.
He did. He had a catch with us. And he knew everybody. He's like, "You're going to play third. You're a left fielder. You can't catch for shit. You're going to be a catcher."
Did you know a lot of the guys?
No.
Well, the people that we practiced with that day, I knew it was.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Jack, friend of the pod. Pat, friend of the pod, and Big
Jack who?
and Rob Hall.
Jack Adams.
Jack Adams
Jack
playing.
Adams.
So yeah, what is this team?
We call him Goose.
What is this? Is this a brand new team, or did you guys join a team?
Brand new. All
You guys
right.
got 10 guys together.
Yeah, Fred. This is an expansion team. We are the 1993 Colorado Rockies or whatever that year was.
It's a different league than your league.
Yeah, they're not an hour league.
Right.
Ours didn't start yet.
No. So yeah, it's basically a bunch of guys that haven't played in a while. I would say I'm a decade older than most guys in the team on the team. And going in, I felt good. I'm excited, man. I got my baseball pants. I got real pants. I got the cleats. I put the uniform on for the first time. I look like Don Zimmer. I was like, oh, I recognize this guy.
Yeah.
And I dressed the part.
So nobody on the team is in any other leagues are really playing it. It's like their first go around in a while.
Yeah, yeah.
That's tough.
I think some people have played in the past.
But if you're not actively playing and it's like, let's just pick this up, I always feel like everybody always underestimates it or overestimates themselves.
Of course.
And it's a lot tougher than you think especially when you start 20 years after you picked up a bat.
Oh yeah, well yeah. I mean, honestly, it's close to 30 years for me. I quit baseball when I was like 11. Like I never. It was never my sport. I was never good at it. I was a basketball guy, but I was also more afraid of the ball when I was a kid.
Would you say that you're still fundamentally, maybe not good, like maybe you can't do what you want to do, but do you feel if a ball's hit, you know where to go and like, do you understand, like you think you'll be okay in that aspect? And then it's just a matter of doing it?
Well, you think things and then you're thrown into the live action game and then things happen.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, so I know what I know from watching the games, but then when you're on the field, like I'll say this. I'll jump to. You want to jump to my problem areas?
Yeah.
Well, so I'll tell you how the game went. Basically, we get up there. I'm gonna play catcher, which I was a little nervous about. Like I've never.
Because
played.
I'm gonna play catcher. Like that's.
What? How? All right.
No,
how do
I
you
guess
say
that's
it?
how you say it. But to me, when you say play catcher, it's like you're playing make believe. It's like, and it's like I'll play catcher. You play, yeah.
Goddamn phone keeps ringing. Now here's my problem. Everybody's coming at me today. I have a lot of tongues are wagging my direction, and I don't really like it. I don't like how it feels. All right, so maybe I am a little defensive.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a little ready to attack. All right, but I want to say off the bat, I know I suck. Okay. I don't expect to be good at softball. I've never played softball in my life. I've made fun of it most of my life, watching this idiot play it, right?
Yeah.
Who doesn't even play it anymore. He just coaches it.
Well, we have 19 guys, whatever. We're not
Right.
talking about
You don't even
me.
take it at bat anymore.
I do. That's what I said. I don't
Very
really get in the
rare.
field. Occasionally I'll take at bats, but this year I plan on getting back in the mix.
Very rare. So anyway, we show up, and I'm a little nervous, but excited. It's that excited nervousness. It's like new day, opening day. I'm ready to go, and we're batting first, and it's just like 3 outs right in a row. Like so I'm like, all right, here I am. I'm a catcher, and I realize I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I know
This is what I'm
Did you-
asking about is, do you know how to, like,
Were you smart enough to watch the catcher because you were up
Yes.
first? So did you take a glance to see what he was doing?
That's
see what you were
the
gonna
main
do?
thing I did.
Yeah.
Was watch the other catcher just to. I was gonna
How
like
far back? Because you're not crouched down behind the
no,
plate.
not crouched
like,
down. And I also what I liked about being catcher is I just was able to talk to the ump the entire time, and the ump was really cool. Like the ump said to me right away, "You guys are a new team." He goes, "I'm gonna be honest. This team that you're playing, they've been playing together for a long time, but they're good guys. So they're gonna hit a bunch of home runs off of you probably.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna be dicks and run up the score."
Here's an annoying thing. So who was your pitcher?
A guy I don't know. I don't know half the team.
What was he? Is he any good? Like has he pitched
Yeah, he was
recently?
good. He was-
because it can be annoying for the other team if the pitcher sucks.
No.
Because then you just then you're sitting the whole time like you don't
No,
well, it depends on the other team because, like, so we've had, like, listen, we've gone through a lot of pitchers. Bad pitchers, it's two things. You could be a bad pitcher where you're just throwing meatballs and you're just getting rocked and the other team is in heaven. Or
Right.
you could be so bad
That's what I mean.
that it's not close
You
and
can't-
now
it's not-
nobody's
stuff is
swinging.
hittable.
It's just a long,
Yeah.
dreadful. And
One's short, one's long.
yeah, one's
It's like-
left, it's right. You can't find anywhere near it.
I get the vibe every throw is hittable. Because
too hittable.
Yeah, well, a little too hittable. They kept
Yeah.
going out of the park.
Really? They weren't.
Was it a 3 max, 3+1?
Was it explain
So
that.
if they hit 3 home runs, every home run after that is an out until you match their 3 home runs.
I that math what you just said I can't even comprehend.
This is the generation, by the way. It's like everyone gets a trophy. It's a bullshit.
Well, no,
and
the
then
reason
get
why
together
they
and
do
play-
it is because there's some fields they're easy to hit a home run. So
There is a home run limit.
yeah, that's what it is. So it's not a limit where you can't hit anymore, but if you hit 3, now every home run is an out because it's easy to hit them. Like they're not far, so good players can really do it at will.
Yeah,
So
this
you're
But if
handcuffing
you're-
them
but
by
if
being
you're
like,
hitting it
now
with
get a
them-
hit without going over.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what they start
the
doing.
challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then if you hit 3 home runs, now you both hit 3, then you each get another one, and it keeps going like that.
I'd have to double check the rule book on that, but I know there was a rule that if the other team scored a certain amount, that they call the game.
Yeah, run rule.
Yeah, and they called both of our games.
What inning?
I mean, I lost track of what inning I was after.
So
the
you guys
second.
played 4 innings because Pat showed me the box score on one game.
Oh, yeah,
The
Pat.
one of the games they got 1 hit. They had 1 hit in one game.
We
Four-
almost
went
got
4 innings.
4
almost
innings.
got
They
no
lost 27-0 with 1 hit.
Now, does the other team, you think they had fun? You think the other team? Or that's
I
not
think
even
for
fun?
They
them
did.
it was probably their first game of the year, and it was
it's
nice
good
just to
warm-up.
get good warm-up game.
Also, they were shit faced.
Well, that's
This
what I was.
is a
Gonna-
beer league.
Yeah,
They're all beer leagues. I
Yeah,
mean, we
they
get
are.
high as kites during the game. We don't wait till after.
the umpire.
They're not all. Like, there's definitely leagues on
I
Long
guess you're
Island that
right.
are
No,
pretty
you're right.
serious. It's
Yeah,
like
maybe
not-
the umpire.
I mean, I know there are. I mean,
No, you're right.
yeah.
You're not wrong with that.
Yeah.
midway through, the umpire is like, he's like, honestly, dude, this is a time to have a couple of beers,
Yeah.
get out of the house,
Yeah,
and then have
it's
fun.
Good.
And
Perfect.
I'm like,
So you're in the right spot.
it's awesome. That's like, so yeah, there was a few missteps with the team. We weren't great. I'll say this. I'll start with the positives that I had. Right when I started catching, 2 pop-ups came in the first inning, and I caught them both.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, okay.
So like I was
Yeah,
happy
it's
with
not
that.
nothing.
And the feeling you get when it's in the air and you know everybody is like, you better catch this idiot.
It's on you.
You better catch it.
Like, we need outs here.
Yeah.
This is an easy out,
We need out. So
Yeah.
so like thank God I got that.
and it feels good to put one out. You know,
It
to
does.
to advance.
Get that
the-
behind you too. The first one.
Oh, I felt really. I'm like, all right, I can handle this behind the plate stuff. The one flaw I had was when they start hitting, they started all like they were all. Now the outfield wasn't catching. The balls were thrown all different ways. I wasn't sure where to stand as the catcher. Should I stand in front of the plate? Like, because the it felt like there was so
You're
many.
not allowed to block it, so you
No, I
can't stand on the
that.
baseline.
And I think I might have been blocking it
That's
at
probably
first.
why they warned you.
He didn't warn me. He was just giving me advice. But he that the ball comes in and like it's not like I'm not ready to catch it. So everything was just happening at once. So I wasn't making plays at the plate. You know
I
what I
get it.
mean? Because it's a lot. It was literally my first time. Next time I know, I'll be good. I feel like I know where to stand.
Yeah.
But it was
Also, plays at the plate are few and far between.
Yeah.
in
Not at this
softball.
game.
What
And
I'm
you
sa-
always play it safe.
No,
You know,
exactly.
Nobody's plowing
God,
through people. If you
we
are,
have
then-
certain guys who would try and test people. Like they pump fake it from the outfield, so they want the guy to run because they think they're all going to throw everybody out, and that's the
Right.
great thing as an outfielder is throwing somebody out.
yeah.
The best arms out there rarely throw people out. It doesn't happen that often in softball.
Okay. Yeah, I figured that.
So tell your outfield, or right off the bat, cut the fucking ball off and live to see another play. Especially when you're not good and you can't be extending, giving guys extra bases all day.
It was just early in the game where I was just a little frazzled because guys were running in and then like they're like, oh, the ball's in play, and I was sort of didn't realize that we were still playing. You know, I'm so lost. I'm like, oh, they all scored. It's over, right? And then they're throwing the ball my way, and then I'm like, it went behind me. It was a disaster. But it was fun. I enjoyed it.
You know, as catcher, that technically you should be the most aware of what's going on because you have
you're-
the ump right behind you.
yeah.
You're there in every pitch.
Believe me, I was. This is when the first time this happened to me.
Okay.
Okay. Literally, guys are just flying in. All right. I've never experienced this in my life. One thing about me, I experienced something once. I might not get better, but now I know. Okay. The first time. What?
You just literally described everything. Everybody in the world. One thing about me is once I experience something, I know.
No.
Oh, that's interesting. That's
No, Ryan, because I literally I was coming from a place of nowhere. Like once it started happening,
Yeah.
I was just lost. Now that I've experienced it, I feel like I'm in a better place for next.
That's everything in life, and we've talked about this before. It's like sometimes you're afraid to do something. It's just a mystery of never having done it before.
Of course.
And as soon as you be like get into it, like, oh, this ain't that bad,
Yeah.
and then next time it comes up, you're like, yeah, I've done that before. I can go there. You know, like yeah, it's no big deal.
So I thought it was great. We got our asses handed to us.
Yeah.
It was, but I never was like, this sucks. I mean, listen, I want.
Yeah.
Well, that
we
was my
wanna-
next thing. Did you guys have fun?
I had fun.
It's the right expectations.
I had fun, but I don't expect us to win a lot of games. I think maybe we could pull away with. I think we can get a couple.
You don't know how bad some other teams are going to be.
Yeah, I think maybe we get the right matchup because we
A
can,
forfeit every once in a while.
You never know.
might have that. The other, I don't know. It's just
We have a team name?
the Shuckers.
The Shuckers.
Yeah, number 55, B. Ryan.
The double nickel.
Double nickel. Yeah, you like that number?
I don't hate it.
Cool. I do have a problem with
But we can get into this now.
Pat Dunn, my good friend, one of my better friends in comedy, I'd say. Him and Chick are on a little side text.
That's not completely true. It's
All
not
right,
like we
well,
have
why
a
don't you
side-
explain it? Why
All
don't
I
you
did
explain
is,
it?
So he texted me first on the group chat with the three of us. Like it was obviously as a dig at B, but it was like, Chick, what do you think about not running to first after a ground ball?
By the way, I don't know what he's talking about.
I wasn't there, so you just asked me to tell you my side.
I have the sore hamstrings I ran to first base.
But when you hear that, my first thought was B hit a ground ball that he knew was an out, didn't run it out, and that's what he's mocking him for.
If I didn't run it, I listen. I remember I ran all the way to a base.
Or maybe you were running and he just thought you were half-assing it. I don't know.
He's
don't know.
just how bad we're running.
Yeah, it could be that.
I'll tell you this. I am slow. Like I'm extra slow.
So it could have been that. It could have just been you were slow.
Yeah, that's about as
And
fast
he
as I
thought
get.
you were.
How did you
half-assing
feel
it.
running though? Like how was it?
I've always been a slow runner. I felt like I was gonna
But
pop
did it
something.
hurt?
Yes.
Yeah, you felt tight.
Everything hurt.
Yeah. Did you stretch
I
beforehand?
did, but
First
not
thing
enough.
I asked him. So you got to stretch stronger. You got to stretch harder than.
Yeah.
I was stretching a lot, and I'm going to stretch every day. But I was stretch. So yeah, they got this little group thing going.
So after that,
going on.
Pat then sends me a text on the side with a video, the one that I sent you.
Pat Dunn
Which is
shows
funny
up
because
an
if
hour.
Pat knows anything about me, everything that he tells me, I'm gonna fucking tell.
Yeah, that's why he's doing it.
Yeah,
to feed
Because Pat is a shit stirrer. Because Pat is unhappy in some way in his own life. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about Pat. Pat. I don't know. He didn't get enough.
I think he's great.
He's a great guy. No, I love Pat. He didn't get enough love somewhere along the line, so he likes to put other people down. So, so this is what he does. You know, he does this on other group text. He's gotten me and Chick into plenty of fights. You know this from past history. This is what Pat does.
Yeah,
Go on.
he is a shit star. I'll
Yeah.
give him that. But now because he knows I am gonna just make fun of B. So now he's just texting me like he couldn't catch a ball. Our pitcher had to make plays at the plate for him.
3-era Pat Dunn. Keep talking, Pat. Keep talking,
Where
Pat.
was he playing?
Third base. But you wouldn't
corner.
know by the
Hot
balls
corner.
that
Yeah.
whiz by his head.
So he's texting me the team batting averages, the box score, and he's just like, you got to help your friend.
I'll say this.
He wants me to coach.
Can I say one thing?
say whatever?
Because I am ripping Pat, but Pat actually was the MVP. Like he had 2 RBIs, he had 2 great hits. I'll give him that. I'll give Pat that. But Pat, because of that, was on his little high horse.
And
all
that's
right?
what you can't have. And I'll
And
tell
he
Pat,
was,
you can't do that, Pat.
Pat was on. Pat was having a good. And he was also fucking hammered too. He showed up to the game an hour before the game, drinking beers.
That's the way you
He's
play
having
good.
and I'm gonna do that
You
next
need
week.
to get loose.
Next week I'm getting loose. Watch out.
So I'll explain just a little thing from like.
Keep going. Keep talking about Pat. I got more to say.
So Pat was he just sent me the video and I was laughing. And now I told Pat, you got to keep these videos coming because I want to put a little something together.
Now, when did he send this video?
It was right after this morning. It was
Oh, it
early.
was this morning.
Yeah, it was like, 'cause
While
I,
he was-
I was, It was kind of while we were talking, but not really.
Of course.
Yeah, it was like, simultaneous.
Of course.
So I want to, because I want to do a little something with all these. I want to put the videos together. Even maybe me and you will both have our softball careers in like a highlight reel.
Yeah, sure you will.
It might not be a good highlight reel of
Yeah.
us, but it will be funny. So, that's kind of what so I want him to send me more videos. And he was just like, no problem. But he does big up himself. Like I was MVP of the day. And all I'll say in regard to that is, it's not a good team player. You can't just big up yourself when everybody else is struggling and expect everybody to be happy with you coming at them.
He's not a team player. And you know what?
So Pat, we need you to be more team player.
And I don't like Pat mysteriously taking videos of me when I suck. All right, I don't go to Pat's comedy shows and videotape those bombs. I don't do that. All right, I don't critique that because God knows I can. All right, I don't do that. Could have done that plenty of times, but I won't do that. But now you're gonna take videos of me behind my back swinging and popping up.
So
Keep doing it.
Cut.
I was just gonna say, I was really trying to critique the cut.
I was the first one to stand up and root for Pat when he did good, and he comes back at me. Oh, all right, Pat.
So in my team,
Don't throw stones.
I told he's like, oh, we need a coach. I said, well, I don't know you guys well enough to coach you guys because I'm mean when I coach, like at least adults. Like I'm not comfortable enough with people I don't know to rip them and tell them how bad they are if they make mistakes. And that's my style with my team. But I'm the first to big up everybody when they do something good.
Yeah, I was too. I thought that's what we were doing.
That's what you're supposed to do.
So it was the second game that you guys actually got hits and runs? First game was,
No, the first game we had.
That's what's funny about it. They got worse.
We got
Oh, the
worse.
second game was... Oh.
Yeah, and the other team got worse too. Like because they were drunk at that point.
Yeah, maybe that's why everyone's getting drunk. Yeah.
But
That's also very true.
yeah, I don't
I mean,
know.
we
You
get
can
twos
loose.
up when we
You can
play.
get loose, but you can get a little too loose.
Yeah.
But everybody makes fun of us. Like we have 19 guys on our team because it's a bunch of married guys with kids who it's a night out.
Yeah,
They don't even care if they play anymore.
we already lost one guy. I think he something happened on running the first base. He hurt
He
himself.
got hurt.
Took himself out of the game.
Is he done for the year?
I don't think so. Dude,
That's the other reason why you guys are going to need more than you have.
Oh, I know we will. We'll probably
feeling. I
listen.
know.
By the end of the season, I'll be sitting on the bench. I'm sure, and that's fine.
I would love an adult baby's infield.
But listen. I enjoy this. I think it's gonna. I'm looking forward to the next one. I think we can squeeze out a couple, and we'll get better, and I'll get better. All right.
To me, you worry about you getting better. I think as the team, you guys just got to realize it's your first year in a new league. Like, even if you guys, it might take you a couple seasons before you get the hang of it, whatever it is. You got to really have fun or else. Because I've been on a team that, so when we first started playing softball, we were 20 years old, now 40. So we've been playing 20 years with my group. But the first year and 2 years, completely different team. It was like my group of friends, like solely, like the kids I went to high school with and whatever. And then after we sucked for a couple of years, it wasn't fun. Like we were getting killed every night. So we recruited a couple new guys. Then those guys were like, we got a bunch of other guys we could recruit. And then it was like I got into a little argument with a couple friends. We were fine. We're all still friends.
About what?
Because I basically cut half of my
yeah, you
team
cut
and started a new team with kids who could play. Like it became, we want to have fun, but we also want to be competitive.
Tommy Cutthroat.
So we basically got all of our friends that we went to high school with who played baseball and were actually good and put that together. And then we were very good. And now we're getting old, so we're starting to trend downwards, but we're getting younger recruits.
Can't there be a league for guys that just suck?
There is. It's called
sounds
like
like-
the B League or
sounds
the
like
C
there is one.
League. Yeah.
Well, these guys didn't suck. These guys were very good.
There's
I've never
always
seen,
one
than
team
you.
that tries to take advantage of a bad league, and those teams suck.
like when I saw Chick play, they weren't hitting the ball like the way this team was hitting it.
They should be relegations. Is that what it's called? Soccer?
Well, most teams will try and like. Let's say you're in a league and you play and you're great. The team won't let you play in the lower part of that if they know you're a good team.
Yeah.
But like if you're a new team, let's say like nobody knows you,
Yeah.
you could join and say, "Oh, it's our first year," and go
yeah.
in any league you want.
Yeah.
So like we play in an A league now. We're not the best, but we're not the worst. We're kind of middle of the pack. We can have some good runs. They're all competitive. But like if we went down a level, we'd kill everybody. So it's not fun for them. It's not fun for us.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
So I don't respect teams that just play in lower leagues and they're fucking awesome. It's play in a better league, guys.
yeah, play in a better league. I want to play in a worse league. So yeah, well, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. I think that's.
I'm gonna come down.
That's
I'm
our
gonna
time.
try to come
I think we're
down.
in Hauppauge next week, maybe.
Oh, really?
We're a little further out.
You're all over the island, or is it a Suffolk? Or
It looks like Lindenhurst, Amityville, and it's an Islip league. I thought we were going to be playing Islip.
Oh, that's not terrible.
But they're
though.
like town of Islip Fields, I guess.
I think I did it. When we first started playing, we were ABA, then we were ASA, then we were in like a Suffolk league. We've been in a few leagues.
Yeah.
We've been in this now, the Oyster Bay League. It's home. It's like
Yeah.
close to all of us.
That would be nice.
We've been
How
in
far
this
do
for
you
like-
travel? Like it?
So it mostly just go to Burns, Pequot, and Allen. That's pretty much like 90% of our games. Occasionally we play in Plainview, and then they give you one game a year in Roosevelt Park, like the town of Oyster, like in Oyster Bay.
Yeah.
But everybody always tries to get out of those games. So like we didn't play there last year because the one time we were supposed to, it got canceled.
What happens during a rain out?
They reschedule it.
They'll just like to another day.
Well, your league is a Wednesday night league. You said.
Well,
so,
no, there's other guys that our particular games are every Wednesday.
Oh,
but then
alright.
there's other teams
So
that
you'll
play
probably
Sundays.
have a rain day.
You have a rain
They
day.
usually will at the end of the year make up games unless they don't need to make them up.
Okay.
Then they won't.
All right. Yeah, I would like you guys to show up, and I promise I'll get a little better.
I don't care if you get better or not. I just want to come watch.
I know what you want to do. You want to come and laugh at me.
If you did great, I'd have just as much fun as if you were awful. It would be different types of fun.
I agree. Yeah, he's right. He's right. He would.
Like if you were crushing it, I would be talking shit for you, and we'd have just as good
I
a
know
time
you-
as
I
if
know
you
you
were
would.
terrible.
I know you would.
The terrible's just kind of funny. It's just-
Because you know what? Because you're a good friend, chick.
Yep.
You don't like to see somebody fail.
I've been trying to help you as much as I can, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to play and figure it out on your own. I can only,
Well, now that I experienced it,
he knows it.
I know it. So yeah.
You know what I've been experiencing a lot lately? Girls farting on
Disappointment?
yeah. That too. But girls farting on Instagram. And I'm so sick of it.
It's your algorithm, dude. Like,
Yeah,
But
that's
I
what you're
don't
looking
like
at.
him. I don't like
well,
any of
reset
them.
it. You know, you can reset your algorithm.
He always.
right?
But
he
I
always
also
talks to
feel
me
like I
about-
have worked my algorithm to there's a lot of things that I do want to see that I'm seeing.
The problem is Instagram thinks because you click one video that you want to just keep seeing more of that
Exactly.
stuff. Like I've been seeing a lot of Lady Gaga stuff. I don't like Lady Gaga. I saw one video of her. I was like, oh, let me watch that one.
Yeah.
Then they're like, oh, he likes Lady like.
My
no.
algorithm is all tits and ass and fucking
Farts,
Down
now.
syndrome. And now farts are entering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went a couple weeks back. I went a couple months ago. You go into settings and you reset your algorithm. You start from scratch. You
Interesting.
wipe everything. But like it's slowly just becoming the same thing. I'm like, I really am this person. The algorithm is just finding its way back to me.
What's yours?
I get a lot of tits and ass.
Yeah.
I get feet. I get a lot of feet because I follow 1 foot account. That I mean,
Oh my
it's like,
god! So it must.
so like they see like they just send everything like they find the few feet people and they're like just all right, any feet
Yeah.
content, send it to these guys. But I get a lot of like cringe stuff, like
yeah.
people doing stuff they like wholeheartedly, but it's bad.
Yeah.
I get a lot of that. Yeah, I don't get it. Like what I post is all like scenic photography. Most of it is like a lot of
And you get none
photography
of that?
based.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
they
get shown.
seem to- they
I
don't
don't
seem
get
to
shown.
care
I don't
about
think-
what
I
you
was
do.
They
just
don't, yeah,
gonna say.
exactly. They don't give you what you post. They give you what you look at.
Yeah, because when I look at my posts sometimes and I'm like, well, when I do post, it's either about
Well, what
a
would it
family
be?
member, like birthday.
I was gonna say they're gonna give
or
you
a
content
sport
about
team.
nephews.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying.
That's the only content you
That's
post.
what I was just gonna say. Whenever I post, it's usually about my nephews.
Yeah,
But yeah, but I've been seeing a lot of women farting, and like they're always good-looking girls. But I think it's the biggest turnoff.
Yeah, no,
and what
it's not
bothers
good.
me is when I go in the comments and all these dudes love it, and I'm like,
Love it. Like they think it's funny or like it turns them on.
Yeah,
both.
I don't understand
like, they
what
think
the.
like these guys. Like I never wanted to date someone like me. You know what I mean? Like who's
Yeah.
got like, well, yeah, for numerous reasons.
Yeah.
No, but I mean like You know, like a
ladies say
guy's
the same
farting,
thing.
shit like that. Like, I don't want my girl to be like the
no.
guy's guy, like farting and doing gross shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like my
never
girls
been a big-
feminine.
I've never been a big farting in front of the.
Now, if
person.
she squeezes one out, like shit happens.
Yeah, it's
I'm
funny.
I'm a
Yeah,
mature
right,
adult.
right,
Like it
yeah.
can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
like
if she's setting up a camera
if
and
she's setting it up
letting
and
it
lifting
blow.
the leg up and just
God,
like,
right.
oh, it's funny and
all
like
that.
Dutch oven you, like I'm out. I can
That's
never sleep
not
with you
that's
again.
not really my sense of humor, but I have seen a couple of videos. Have you seen the Guess My Fart videos?
Yes.
Yeah,
Those are actually
How they
those are
sound,
actually pretty funny.
That is kind of funny.
Those are kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When,
When
like, 'cause
somebody
there'll be like
nails
a
it.
montage of like people nailing it. I'm like, God damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Those are funny because usually it's like a guy like Guess My Fart or whoever it is, and they have to whatever. That's kind of a point to it. But like a good-looking girl who's just hot and that's her account is just her farting.
But like you're not into farting in front of women either.
No, yeah, I'm not a
So
guy.
it's not like
I'm not
you're not
that dude
looking
either
for-
who likes to let me rip it in front of them.
You're not looking for something that you're not willing to give. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like I would never Dutch oven my girlfriend.
Yeah.
No.
Now, would I be embarrassed to fart in front of them? Like, no, but I don't go out of my way. Like this, I know my one buddy. That's all him and his girl talk about is farts, and I'm like, I just can't do it. It's just like I don't know.
It's not. I wouldn't
Once a
want
girl jokes about farting, like we could be dating for like a year, and if you start joking about farting and like
Yeah.
doing it, that's it. The sex appeal is dead, and I'm over you. Like I'm done.
Yeah.
That may be harsh, but it disgusts me.
No, it's that's what it is. You can't do anything about that. Yeah.
That's how you feel.
Because that's what it is. You can't do it.
That's I understand why it's funny. Like I understand farts. It's a funny sound. It's funny that's coming out of your ass. Like
Yeah.
And like sometimes like I'm not above laughing at a fart.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm always surprised. Like there's some comics. So you watch their podcast and they may go out of the way to like fart in the mic.
Mark
Like,
Norman does that.
all the time. Like there's other comics that do it. Like it. But yeah, I'm always like, you're a professional funny person. Like literally anybody can do that and get funny. Like, isn't the whole point of you being a comedian is that you're capable of being funny in a way that not other. Leave this to every other motherfucker that can be just fart and get
But
a
I
laugh out
will
of it.
say about Mark Norman, I somehow got on a compilation of a YouTube of him doing that.
Yeah.
And it was the guests being disgusted by it, and that was kind of entertaining. Where the people like
That's a different level to it.
yeah. It was like Yamanika Saunders, where she was just like, what the that
not
was
in their
kind
world.
of. That was kind of all right. I'm like, this is entertaining when he does it and people aren't expecting it.
Because he's socially, like, he's so awkward. Socially?
Yes.
Yeah.
They talk about him doing that to Louis C.K. like
Yeah.
in a hotel room.
Yeah.
Him and maybe List and Louis C.K. in a hotel room, and Mark Norman sat on Louis' bed and just. And Louis was not amused
he's
at
not
all.
into it.
And this is a guy that does like shit jokes,
Yeah.
It's just,
but it's different. I don't know.
it's also different from like I just don't want to click on a video that I think this girl's gonna be shaking her nice ass, and then all of
sounds
a
like you
sudden
are
she
clicking on it, though.
I am because I think you never know it's a fart thing until you watch it and you're like at the end of it.
Yeah.
And now, because you've seen a couple, now, like you said, that's my algorithm. It's hot girls farting, hot girls showing their shit, and Down syndrome kids.
I had an idea for a podcast a while back, and now like every idea that you have, eventually it happens. You wait long enough, but it was like a show me your algorithm podcast.
yeah.
Where you have a guest, you have somebody come in, and you just scroll through their stuff, and you see what their algorithm is. It's a podcast now. I don't know if it's still around, but
Is that a podcast? That sounds interesting.
yeah, I thought it was interesting because like it would be funny for the three of us to be like, let's go through our algorithms.
see how
and
different it
Let's
is.
see who was,
And now I'm even getting a mixture of Down syndrome girls with fat asses. That's the new caked up
Oh, yeah, that's
Down
a new-
syndrome girls.
I think people.
Some of them are AI.
People
but
are
there's a couple
faking
that,
Down syndrome. Can
they're-
you believe we're living in a
Yo,
life
it's
where
fucking
people are
nuts.
pretending to
Yeah,
be
it's like
Down
a
syndrome?
filter.
But this one girl came out and got annoyed because she was, I think, just regularly posting videos, and somebody just took her body and put the Down syndrome girl's face on it, and it looks
fucked up.
so fucking real that she's like, I don't have Down syndrome.
Oh my god!
But then I seen other girls who all have Down syndrome, and they all caked up, and it's dude, everyone writes the same comments. What? it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how lame I am. My algorithm
Ryan's
is it's
disgusting.
all like game worn jerseys.
Oh. I'll take our 2 algorithms over yours
Oh,
all
it's
day.
all- and I look at every one and I'm like, and I inspect it. They
Yeah,
they
like, oh,
do
I like that one.
they
yeah.
do this thing where like they show like a guy from like Artist Gilmore wore this jersey in 1987. And they're like, you could see because the NBA signed, there's a crooked S or something like that, and then they show you a card from it. That's the stuff I'm looking at.
I don't hate that stuff. I just like that's not what I'm looking at on
Yeah, I
IJ.
know. That's what I am.
Yeah, like I
That's
definitely,
where I'm-
I'm like, this stuff I wish was in my algorithm that's just not. But,
Yes, I kind of agree with
like
that.
I was like,
What do you wish is in there?
I would think more like rap stuff would be in the mine.
That's
Like
what I
I get a
would like.
little bit
Yeah.
of that, but I'm like, I feel like they're missing a target. Somebody would probably appreciate more of that.
Yeah,
I don't get that much stand up.
I get some stand up. I get a bunch.
Yeah,
of
you
stand-up.
think like I watch so much podcasts and comedies part of my life, but I don't. Get
I'm
a ton of- I don't
convinced
get a ton of
there's no
stand-up.
rime or reason to the algorithm. Like it's like you look at
There
something
is. You click on
once
something,
and
but sometimes they suggest something that you would never look up, and then you look at it, and then you grow an interest in it because it's not because you were generally interested in it to start with. It's like you became interested in it because you saw a couple of videos,
Right,
and you're like,
right.
oh, that's kind of interesting.
But you can also change. Like I had a foot pop up in my algorithm, and I was like, "Where
Did Ryan steal my
Where
phone?
did this come from?"
So I just looked at my search thing. Like, look, it's like it's just.
I'm not gonna lie, those are good looking feet.
Yeah.
I don't have a foot
It's just-
fetish,
it-
but I
look,
like
look.
those.
All right,
This
you're
is
gonna
my- this is
you're
my-
gonna catch his
That's my
disease.
search. Is my search. It's just look at this. It's feet and shoes.
Where do you looking at to find that?
See now this is gonna be part of.
No,
his
I just
algorithm.
want to see what mines are.
I go to search. You go to search. That's like where you get that's where you get your most stripped down algorithm.
Caked up and midget, but that's exactly what it is.
God.
And K and Peel. I got a ton of K and Peel stuff.
Well, I follow one of their accounts. So I
Yeah.
get a lot of stuff.
See, Down syndrome guy, and fucking hot chicks with farting.
Down syndrome guy and fucking not chick with farting.
And Key and Peel.
I get a lot of. I was getting, like, skateboarding and snowboarding stuff. Like out of nowhere. I'm like, where'd this come out of nowhere? But then it was just like constant, and then it kind of just went away.
Yeah, well, that's what I say. When I got that random foot that appeared,
Yeah.
I just like anytime it appeared, I just scrolled past.
To show it like
Yeah.
I'm not interested in this.
Because Chick has said to me a few times, there's like people that he's seen on social media where it bothers him. You know how
Yeah.
like people
I
bother
block
Chick?
people. Yeah.
But like he's getting stuff that I'm not seeing, and I think it's because I scroll past it so fast. And he's
To send a signal to
It sends a
Instagram.
signal.
Just don't show me anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
And where you hate it, and you're like, I gotta see what this idiot said.
No, when I tell you the thing that bothers me is when I go through stories. This is how I check stories because I do it all the time. I click it because I don't like them circled in blue,
That's crazy.
And
That's
I go
like-
through
that's
my
a-
whole
that's a
story.
sickness.
He's got some weird
That's a
OCD.
sickness.
so I
yeah.
do this with Instagram, and like everyone thinks I'm looking at their stories. I'm not. I don't know what your story is, except a couple people.
Well, Instagram.
Well,
thinks
why
you
not
are.
just not do that?
Because then I have to look at a blue circle. Over
Who
it.
cares?
I care. It's an OCD thing.
This is why he
Dude, I'm a
he,
fucking head case.
he deletes everything. There's been things on adult.
Yeah, no, I
we
know.
could probably
I've
have
heard
to,
about this, but it just seems like
Ryan. We
The deleting things, my
ignore it.
mother goes, why do you delete my text? I had to tell my mother, stop texting me solo. When you talk, text me on the chat with me, you and dad.
that you don't delete.
I don't
group
need it
text.
sex. Like I said, unless it's like a.
well, maybe your dad doesn't want to hear what your
My
mom's
dad
texting
don't
you.
give a shit what's going on unless it's something that he can't know. Then
exactly,
I
so
don't-
maybe he
but
doesn't want
those
his
I
text-
get.
he doesn't want
those
his-
I get. He don't. My mom basically has his phone. Like you don't see it. It's not bothering him.
We had old
Hmm.
adult babies emails that were like good content that you could probably look up now, be hilarious. He just deletes them all. Everything was gone. Everything was gone. You could probably get our passwords to get into like whatever we
Yeah.
need to get in, but he deleted it all.
It's an OCD. I don't like having a back
can't
stock
look at it.
of stuff in my phone.
I get a lot of dogs. Dogs, I get animals, and I get a lot of dogs.
As much as I love dogs, I wish I had. That's something I wish I had more.
So,
on my
do you
algorithm.
bookmark anything?
No,
I have
should.
categories of bookmarks. You ever do that?
No.
No? So if I go to my bookmarks, because sometimes I don't want to like something, but I want to mark it
Look
for
at it
later. Like
later?
I
Can
might
I
want
ask
to like
why you don't want to like it?
because I don't feel like if it's something I don't want to openly support,
Okay.
but I want to be able to find it again, I throw it in a bookmark.
You want to know what's funny?
What are you gonna do? Your research on it first?
Well, the reason why he said that makes me laugh because I literally on my text thread, my group message, somebody sent a post from IG and he goes, "Why every time I look at this and it's about somebody farting and it's liked by somebody we all know." It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
the first like because it
Yeah.
always shows you mutual
yeah,
friends. So that's why people do like if you're liking somebody. I noticed.
I don't like people knowing that I like something.
was
I don't
just-
mind if I like something that I'll be like, yeah, I like that. But if
I very
I've noticed
rarely
some
like
dudes
stuff.
I know like every photo from a girl.
I noticed
like
that.
the girls post, no matter what it is.
I why do I need
It's
to
not part of
prove-
the action.
Why do I need to prove to you that I liked
silly.
it? It's a
well,
silly
because
thing.
if only if somebody's trying to do something, like if somebody's trying to gain a following,
That's
the
a different
interaction
thing.
is nice because then that shows that promotes that person.
I'll like and I'll share friends' content if it's good that I like. But like random stuff I'm seeing online, if I see
I
like
never like anything.
the other stuff I like is like animal attacks or animals doing silly things. Like I have a bunch of cats. I always
I need
find,
more animal stuff.
I always find it funny when like there's video like montages of cats like doing funny
I
stuff.
think I'm gonna reset my algorithm. I
You
think I'm
should.
gonna do it.
Yeah.
In life as well.
And then like start searching for things that you want it to actually
and
be.
just try and build it to what I
Yeah,
want.
and that's what it is. If you search for stuff, it will head to
The
It'll go
other
right
people
back to where
videos.
it'll go right
if somebody
back to-
else is sending me videos, is my
don't know.
algorithm going to be affected by that?
I was wondering that. Like, if I just send you a bunch of dog videos, would it be like we can't assume that he wants?
What if
to see
I
this from
delete the
somebody?
messages that have these videos? Because I delete my.
I'm sure you
inbox
delete
from
them
that.
anyway.
If I only try to keep open a few
Like
Instagram,
I got
DMs.
this. It's like I don't like to I save a lot of like women that come up, like like.
Listen, you should.
So I
wish
have a
could.
folder. It's just called Save, but it's got 3 D's in it because I don't know why.
I don't
So
know
like
why.
I don't want to publicly be liking this stuff because it's embarrassing.
Yeah, no,
You ever come across a woman you see that somebody liked it? And
Yeah,
like,
that's
"You
what I was
horn
talking
dog."
about.
And I'm like, but I like it too. But I'm not in
Yes.
public
There's
liking
some
things.
dudes I know I went to high school with, and I'm like, this guy likes every photo that a girl that I follow, like
Yeah.
that I see, he likes
and
every
it
Isn't that
seems
photo.
embarrassing?
weird and thirsty, and I might want to revisit it. So throw in a bookmark. That's just part of it. I
That's
don't-
like
The
some-
worst guys are the ones who a girl puts up a photo, and then you get the guys hitting on them
Oh my god.
for everybody to see.
I actually have saved a couple
think
of those.
something's wrong with those
I have
people.
saved a couple of those because I think it would be fun to go through and read the guys' comments. Like,
What are they
this-
expecting to get out of
it's
that?
crazy.
No girl. I don't care if you are a millionaire. If like most of these girls who post this shit on there are not like no one. They're not meeting anybody who commented like
They're not reading
"Oh,
it.
You're
They're
so
not-
hot. I like. So there's one girl always puts up these raunchy that I follow that we went to high school with. Puts up a lot of raunchy shit. And then she gets filth comments back. And I just look at these guys and I'm like, you know that everyone could see this. Like, you fucking thirsty. And this girl's a fucking train wreck. Like, what are you
Jesus.
doing?
Isn't that? Aren't you embarrassed? I hate
No,
to sound
there's
like
just people that don't have
Sebastian.
shame.
Aren't you
And there's one guy that I'm
embarrassed?
friends with that just like every woman that comes up that I see in the thing, it's like followed by this guy. Like this
Yeah.
guy follows thousands of women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the guys who follow the fake accounts? Do you ever see like when you get those and it says mutual friends and then you look at the mutual your friends and you're like, oh, this makes sense.
I think I think less of a person. I think less of a person if they're following
But
a certain account.
I'm liking them too. I just not publicly, so maybe they're being more honest about what they like
no,
to me. I'm like in
no,
secret.
they're not. I don't. I think they're dumb.
creepy.
I think they're idiots. They don't realize. Be normal and do it secretly.
But then I told you I have a separate account where I just
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just
you have,
women
like,
that I-
8.
it's just women that I
Yeah,
follow.
you're a whole.
but nobody
different-
knows that it's me.
I
Like it's a secret.
I don't
You're
know
a
what's
whole
better or
different
what's
group.
worse, but whatever, I get it. There's some people that like these guys, like if a girl just, when they put up them like, I wish somebody could be like, I find a guy who's blah blah blah, and then there's the guys you respond, I'm that guy, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
You think what? You think she says that she's gonna believe you and be like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, you're that guy? All right, come on over.
I had no idea.
I had no
The whole
idea.
time you've been right here?
You've been right here.
Frank from Hackensack, New Jersey.
Oh.
I didn't realize.
But then it's funny because then you go to their page and it's like them with their family, and it's like
It's like
This is all
Frank,
public, sir.
Frank with his 2 daughters. That's why I love when somebody like does something awful online, and then they go and show their profile
Yeah.
picture. It's him with like his kids.
Yeah.
It's like, you piece of garbage.
Somebody I know's wife, and I'm talking about. I don't want to go too detailed. It's a friend of mine, and the girl I know too well. She put up some random dude puts up like a post or something on Threads, and she writes like, "I'm married, but I would still f you or whatever."
Yeah.
Like, and we'll do like, and then all of a sudden, somebody screenshots it. It gets sent to my group chat, and then I run into that couple somewhere not too long ago, and I'm just thinking to myself like, why would you put that? Like, everybody saw that.
Yeah.
Of course. By the way, the adult baby sleuths are gonna figure out who you're talking about eventually.
Most of them who
always do.
follow probably got the photo.
Also, I think somebody did have a bit about this, but like the people that like wish celebrities happy birthday on
I
there.
hate
my
that.
Like,
God.
what are you doing? You ever see like a
That's
friend
wild.
that wishes a celebrity a happy birthday, Taylor?
Oh
Oh,
my God. I hate the people that defend celebrities in arguments online. And they defend them with such passion. Like, Taylor Swift would never do that. Or like, you don't know any of these people. You don't know what they're capable of, what they wouldn't do.
Oh, my
like,
God.
I hate them all.
Yeah.
The fascination with celebrities is mind-boggling to me.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is.
And to comment, my mother's like that. She'll comment on.
She
like,
comments?
she follows tons of celebrities and. Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing I do. You know, I have to admit, the one thing I do on social media is I often DM Jet players.
Yeah,
we
the
know
new,
that.
new recruits. So
So,
yeah, draft season is upon us.
Draft season. So like,
We're about to be in some DMs.
Listen,
Excited for your future with my
He's
team.
about to be in
Welcome
some
aboard.
DMs.
Welcome aboard. We're happy to have
there's
you.
always a welcome aboard DM from me, but I'm not doing it on the thing. It's a direct message that they probably don't ever see.
I don't mind people who DM. I'd rather take it to a DM and
Yeah, I do.
get ignored in private, or let her acknowledge you in private.
I'd rather
whatever
get
it is. I don't
ignored
want to
behind
read your.
closed doors.
I don't want to read your creepy comment on Facebook for everybody to see.
Yeah.
When you just look like a thirsty asshole.
If you guys see your friends doing that, screenshot it and send it to the Adult Babies podcast.
Please do.
All right? If you see somebody that you know being a creep on social media and reacting,
I'm gonna start screenshotting,
commenting,
like, just random people
screenshot
that I
it
see.
and send it to us.
I'm
That's
gonna
what we
do
want
that
to
too.
see.
There's
All right? We gotta get this audience involved.
The
with
other
this.
one is I saw somebody post something. This is becoming a social media episode, but I saw someone post something on Facebook, just like this raunchy, like, my man, like, he loves to go down on me and anybody who could do it right. And then what looked like an aunt commented on it. I feel like these people put these things up and forget sometimes
their family
that you
follows
have
them.
family that just and they
wild.
wrote like, "Is everything okay? What's
Yeah.
going on?"
No, it's not.
No, there's nothing. She's
Nothing.
there's nothing better than a Facebook meltdown though.
Yeah, that's true.
I enjoy watching people lose it on
Yeah,
social
so I don't check
media.
Facebook a lot, but every once in a while I check in and you see like something's obviously going. I'm like, oh, I gotta go look back a couple weeks and see.
Yeah, I gotta see
this unfold.
how this
yeah.
developed.
Then I go to their account and see what they've been posting. It's like, oh boy.
I get involved in people like there's so many Facebook people I have friends with that I don't even know.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's just you get to that.
I met a guy in Iceland once. Like we went on a cave tour together.
Yeah, yeah.
And like we was like, oh, well, you know, something was follow me on.
Isn't that your best
friend me
friends
on,
on
friend me on
Facebook?
Facebook.
I know,
So
yeah.
we're friends on Facebook, and every once in a while I see like he just got married. I'm like, I saw this. I was with this guy for an hour in my life.
Yep.
And now I know him better than I know some of my other
Yeah.
families.
Guys I barely met. I'm like, I'm following their whole life story.
Yeah, it's so
It's
weird.
true. There's people who I know.
I'm
we
watching
both have
them
no
grow
idea
up.
who
like,
we are.
and I would feel weird liking something like that. He'd be like,
Who are you?
"Who are you? Why are you liking my stuff?"
Well, we're
Oh,
friends.
he's that guy
but
from Iceland. Oh.
Yeah,
You should
15
throw in
years
like,
ago.
Congrats on the marriage, buddy.
Yeah, miss you.
Miss you.
We should get together sometime.
Yeah.
He lives in England.
His buddy from the other side of the pond.
It's so funny. These random people that come in out of
There's
your life.
random
But
people, but I
you,
get
you're certain that when you're there with them, you're like, we're gonna be we're gonna be cool forever. Me and you. We're gonna be like we're on friends. We're on Facebook together.
Yeah.
This is never gonna stop.
Well, there's people that I know closely who like I can't stand following them on social media, but people that I barely know who I follow their whole life stories, and I don't know why. And do you ever run into those people in public? And as much as you're comfortable, like knowing you know everything, and you've actually talked on Facebook, you see them in public, and it's like, hey. It's just not normal. It's just uncomfortable.
You feel weird, like bringing up, like, oh, you went to the thing. It's like they posted it, but you still feel weird being like knowing about their life.
Well, so I was, you know what?
When you're not
That
in their
brings me.
life.
I would never be like, oh, I saw you. I went to.
So I do that all the. So
Especially if you didn't like the things, like so you saw it, you didn't like it.
there's a few kids on my who I coach in basketball, who I'm friends with the parents, whatever. Now, Facebook requests are coming, so now I'm friends with a few parents on there. But they're people I feel like I talk to every time I see them. It's not like whatever. So when I see something on Facebook, I'll always be, oh, I saw you went to a Knick game. How was it? And like, is that, am I
feel
weird
like,
for
no,
that?
I feel like that's appropriate because you're like, you're with their kids. You're sort of like you're,
And I asked the kid, how was the
it's
Knick
good to be-
game? I saw you went here on vacation.
no, that's a different story.
Because I've said that to numerous people. I've said, in my team, I noticed a couple kids went to Knick games and a vacation, and I've commented on all of them in person.
I think that's nice small talk with a parent.
That's what I
It's
do.
And also the parent is friending you on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, I've
because they
never
wanna-
went out of my way to
Yeah,
friend
they want to know like
who
who's
you
this
is. Who is
weirdo
this fucking weirdo?
with no kids. They
Can
want
I-
to get it.
I've had to realize that, like, oh my God, I'm the kids I'm coaching now. If I'm parent, like, I can't just say whatever I want on Facebook or anything anymore.
Yeah.
Because, like, I never cared about my I would never say anything that I would have been embarrassed if a family member saw it. But there's
These are
things that, like,
strangers that are
strangers
trusting
who I
you.
don't,
Yeah.
and I'm coaching their kids.
You're in a professional.
Yeah, it's
setting.
sort of like a teacher almost, where I feel like I can't.
sort of a teacher. Yeah.
I don't know how. Don't you see my?
Oh. Did you pop up a fart video or was it a Down syndrome?
No, it was, I don't know, some chick in an accent and a bikini.
That's what a lot of mine are accents. Yeah, there's a lot of Hispanic women in my feed.
Yeah, man, they're the best.
They are top notch.
I love Latinas.
Nah, I can't argue with you.
Can't argue that.
Did Aaron Rodgers, did he sign with Pittsburgh yet?
Did he sign?
No,
Because I
don't
think
know.
you might be getting him.
We might be getting him.
it's possible.
Yeah, that's so funny.
You're gonna love him.
No, we're not. One, he's going to be worse for us than he was for you because
I
our line is
disagree.
probably worse than your line.
I wholeheartely disagree.
Well, you got
I,
hammered on the
I think
Jets line.
I think
That's
Aaron,
why I think it's going to be worse.
I think Aaron Rodgers is due for a. I think if he goes to the Giants, he'll lead you guys to the playoffs.
if he takes us
I
to the
honestly
playoffs,
feel
I'll
it.
be pissed.
Yeah, he'll ruin.
And let me explain why before
'Cause
anybody
you want
thinks, why
Arch
don't you?
Manning.
It's not
I
even about
know.
Arch Manning. Right now, a winning season on a quarterback that's this old with no future with us, all it would do is delay us rebuilding process longer. So we need to, if we're gonna be bad and rebuild.
By the way,
So
forget about Arch Manning.
either win the whole thing or
Exactly. If you're not
And
gonna
you're not
win the
gonna-
Super Bowl, I'd
right.
rather you.
And they're not. I get it.
I'd rather lose 17 games competitively.
It's
It'd be
the
my
same-
ideal season.
What
next
he's
year.
saying is the same thing that I vocalize as a Jet fan that he yells at me for
No.
every year.
No.
Now, what you should be looking forward to is not Arch Manning. Arch Manning ain't it, all right? Chris Snee, his son, that's who you want.
Is he a quarterback or a lineman? I don't know his son. I don't.
He's a quarterback.
How old?
He's the highly, I don't know, 14 or something. like that.
Oh, fuck out of here! I'd rather
Dude.
Eli Manning's nephew instead of than Chris Snee's quarterback grandson.
Yeah, all right, you say that now. Bookmark it.
Okay, we have to suck for 20 more years for us to get him.
No, I think
But
he
at
may
least
be
with
16.
Arch, we only have to suck for like 2 or 3 more years before I get my wish.
Everybody's so excited about Arch.
He's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we'll see.
Dude, it's all about pedigree. The grandfather, amazing quarterback. Both sons, amazing quarterbacks. The brother who was a good receiver just busted up his knee. And now this kid's probably got good family that he's on learning under, good head on his shoulders, and he's a more agile Eli and Peyton.
Yeah, he'll be
He's
a good
gonna be.
Saint.
He may not be a giant. He's gonna be a can't miss.
We'll see.
prospect.
We'll see what
Doesn't it
happens.
suck though? I think about this with sometimes actors and actresses is that he's already rich. He's in this family where they got nothing but money. So the thing about sports is when you can take somebody who's got nothing and they can get
Out of it.
they can out of it through sports. I got a beef with like actors. Like there's a ton of them. I remember Armie Hammer. Like his family, he comes from money. He's got nothing but money. So like,
That name, huh?
but like you're booking somebody who anybody can do what he does. Like go find the next guy who's struggling and not like let's spread the wealth out through these jobs that anybody can do. Now with sports, it's different. If you want to get the best guy, if he's rich, if he comes from money, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you're good, you're good.
But it's always
I don't
disappointing.
disagree
It's
with that.
disappointing to me that it's like, I wish we could find a bunch of people who are struggling for money and get people out of the gutter with sports rather
Well,
than just
Money goes to money, and that's the problem.
yeah. Because now
And
the
now it's
rich kids are or they can they're all year training
That's
for their
the other
kids.
thing I was
and-
just gonna say.
yeah.
Now playing youth sports has become so expensive that I'm not gonna sit here and say poor kids can't. I mean, there'll always be plenty that make it in that, but
yeah, but it takes more determination.
it's
It
just
takes just like
easy.
raw,
You're
raw
like
talent.
you have such an advantage coming from a
Yeah.
family that can pay
Absolutely.
for
Yeah.
training.
yeah, you got
You're
a field,
playing
you got a field in the
year-round.
back. You got
Yeah.
batting cages in the back. You got whatever sport it is. It
I
doesn't
mean, my
matter.
nephew's got a full soccer court in his basement.
I feel the same
basically.
way about celebrities who date other celebrities. I'm like, you're both rich. Spread the wealth. If I was rich, I wouldn't just look for other rich people. I'd be like, let me take somebody out of the gutter.
Well, that
Yeah.
everybody forgets where they came from.
But then there's also like a weird dynamic. I feel like it would just.
But I would feel like I would feel like I would be good at dismissing that. Be like, no, like
You would maybe.
we're like
But
we're cool. Like
I
come
wanna
along, like
know-
come along for the ride.
Where
Let's spend some
Somebody
money.
that the problem is somebody that is to get to that level. You have to be so cutthroat. You have to be a different personality.
Yeah,
it's
and-
not just talent. All right, so it's
And that personality doesn't
will not. Yeah,
matter. They want to be somebody. They want people like, oh, I want somebody who's not with me for the money. I'm like, well, then you've got no confidence that you're somebody who's worth being with. Come with, like, meet me for the money, but after we start hanging out, you're gonna be like, oh, and this guy's cool. And like, Edward's like a fun guy to hang out with.
I agree with that. I think there's too much. You got to stay on par with what you like. You know, if I come from money, I got to date money. Like, you know,
But I'm
it's
saying,
like the
but if
class
you don't
thing.
come from money, if you made your own money,
But
then
once you
when you
have
make
it-
money, go back and get somebody
See,
that
these,
you
how
would've-
quick do you think they forget where they came from? Most of these celebrities,
almost immediately.
almost right.
Yes.
Yeah.
right away.
Like someone like.
And I probably would too if I'm. Like,
But you
if
know
you-
what? I
somebody
like
said-
to think I'd be somewhere like an Adam Sandler.
we all do.
honestly.
We all
Yeah.
do. But then it's a certain thing that happens to you. I think it just it
Like I can't see myself just stop wearing sweat outfits if I'm a
no
millionaire.
no I can't see that.
Like no, but I'm just saying, like Adam Sandler, they say he's worth what is it, 800 million? I saw, and he doesn't have a
Gotta be
mansion.
At least that.
But they said he doesn't have a
Yeah.
mansion. He's not driving around.
Right?
He looks like shit half the time.
Yeah, but you would do the same thing that you do right now. You would dress like shit. You would look like shit. You would eat like shit. But you would do it in such an obnoxious way. Like you would like pay for like
Fast food would be in my house
right.
instead of having to go get
You
it.
would pay for Wendy's to come and cook it at your house.
But I think the
It's like that commercial. Who's that football player? The commercial we had a Taco Bell in his house.
that's a real thing though. That guy has a
Yeah.
Taco Bell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a real
Yeah.
thing. He has.
He
that
would do
Taco
stuff
Bell
like
in his house. Yeah.
He would do that.
That was
stuff.
the room that Barbara Streisand. There was always a room that she had a full mall underneath her house, like in her basement. It was like a full. She wanted to go shopping, but she could never go in public and shop.
I think the only thing I would when I think of like because I don't need a huge house and all. I mean listen, I live in a room right now. I can live in a car if I needed to. Like one thing that I would love to have if I had money would be a chef
Yeah.
because I eat like I don't mind eating good things, but when I have to do it myself, it's so limited,
Yeah.
and I eat the same
It's a hassle.
garbage.
It's
Oh
just
yeah.
easier to go get something.
If you told me you have you could afford a chef to cook me good meals every I'm doing it. I'm not
Dinner's
going
ready.
out.
That
I
would
would
be-
never go out to eat.
you got to call at 2:00. What do you think about for tonight? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
some chicken or something
just-
like that.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like, all right.
give me some sides so I'm not eating like right now. My parents have been away for 3 months basically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've eaten like more than like a vegetable, like like what like there's no full meal like a plate. It's
Yeah,
like
right. 3
Yeah, there's none of that
A
going on.
protein, a starch, and a vegetable.
I'm fucking probably borderline malnutrition right now. But I'm still not hungry because I'm eating shit. But,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, the chef is the move to go.
I think that's the
That-
move.
chef.
That's where to go.
Just
Chauffeur over chef over chauffeur.
Ooh,
I'm a big driver. I love to drive.
he likes to drive. I
He
would.
likes to drink though.
I would like a chauffeur. I mean, listen, if I'm making that money, a chauffeur and a chef. I mean, double see me up.
I mean, in the perfect world,
See me up.
I would love to have a self-driving where I'm in the steering wheel and I can drive when I want, or
Yeah.
it drives on its
Everyone
own.
will have that.
I saw a porno the other day, porn scene, driving, and this car was fucking driving. I know there's a lot of AI.
Yeah.
This
No,
fucking
there's-
car was fully driving.
what's that
And they were
service?
having a complete fuckfest in the driver's seat.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, I mean, cars.
Tesla's
passing.
Teslas will
I
drive
think that's what it was.
they will drive from destination. You don't have to touch the steering wheel. They have the capability of
Do
doing
you
that.
trust it?
Yeah.
I think I do.
I would trust it more when every car did that.
Yeah, when every car does.
Because then they can communicate with each other. They're following every car is following the rules. But there's a company in
That's
California.
right.
There's like an Uber in California that is driverless. The car is just the whole system. Uber is like a person picking you up is going to be a thing of the past.
I'm
It's just
cool
it's just
with
a,
that.
a
love
car
that.
just pulls
I
up.
would
You
love
get in
that.
it. There's nobody in the
My
car.
only
And it
issue
takes you
is-
where you want to go.
I
We
feel
should
like
be
I'd take
providing
Uber.
jobs for people, not taking them away.
Yeah,
It's my only
Yeah, no,
negative
I think
to
it's
that.
shitty.
That's
No,
the
I think
problem.
it's terrible. Like, why not?
You know how many people are going to lose jobs right now?
Yeah.
Because they're going to charge as much, they're just going to take all the money instead
Yeah,
of giving
all
it to
they're
a
doing is
driver.
taking away
So
jobs
it's not
from
going to become
humans.
cheaper. So
No,
why not
of
just
course
just
not.
give the money to it's
And do you hate your driver that much that you need him out
honestly
of the car?
right? Yeah.
No, but
But
I'll tell
seriously,
you,
like, how bad of
Yeah,
a driver could
crazy.
you possibly be?
they're not bad. But if I had the opportunity to have a nobody in the car, I
That's
could
the
just
problem.
relax.
But you wouldn't feel bad that you're not giving somebody a job, like you're giving somebody money.
no,
No,
and-
Ryan, because people just care about the convenience for themselves.
If it was half the price, I consider it maybe. Like but it's not going to be half price. They're
It
gonna be
doesn't. It
charging-
doesn't. I'm fine with an actual driver, but if I'm being honest, it would be nice to just like, I don't know, have just freedom,
Quiet,
just quiet, just no.
I just don't think we
Weirdness.
should be taking jobs away from people.
We
by
shouldn't
by
be.
the masses, because
But-
that's. But normally I wouldn't be like, this.
But this is a
gung-ho,
job.
Like,
This is a job that wasn't here 10 years ago.
yeah, taxi cabs were here. They're just
Taxi
far few
cabs.
now,
You're
and
right.
because it's all Uber and whatever.
Speaking of being quiet,
It
like,
wasn't here.
I've really trying to been enjoying quiet for a while.
God, I love
I always feel the need if I'm home working on the computer or whatever, I'll put on music or in the truck. I feel like there's always something going. It's either a video on my phone going, there's a show going, there's music going. It's always like, and then lately I've been like, nothing's on, and I'm like, this is nice.
It's
Not just
okay.
nothing.
Yeah, it's good
Just
to shut
sit
off.
with some silence for a while. Not something. Oh, I like to watch this in the background. Turn it off in the background.
That's why I like
sit with a
camping.
little bit of.
A nice getaway camping to me
Yeah.
is the best refresher for
Camping is
anybody.
nice.
Yeah.
Get
would
out
like
in the
to camp
wilderness where
again.
you're completely
And then it's
out
nice
of
'cause
the
it's quiet, but then you're hearing some birds in the
But
back.
that's great. That's still
that's
quiet.
That's
That's
nice. That's the
peacefulness.
that's the perfect quiet.
That is the
Yeah.
perfect quiet. That's just natural quiet.
Yeah.
I would like to go camping again.
Do you think? Now this may be far fetched because we can't plan anything.
Yeah.
A camping trip.
My main thing right now is I want to get Top Golf. To me, that's the
Should be
next.
the
That
easiest.
should be so easy. It'd be fun to film. We can actually film it and we can do something with it. I would love to go camping. That's fun to me. Like
I would love to go camping.
Camping
but
would
that
be a lot of
seems
fun.
like
But let's get Top Golf first.
yeah. Let's get one easy local
we
thing
throw
before
We
we
need
that-
to get one of those down so we can
and
do
then we
it.
can get to the city, and then after
And
the
then-
city, then we can
and
go
then we go
camping. Let's
camping.
branch out.
Yeah.
Let's start with something easy. And to me,
Let's
the
get
easiest
Top
thing.
Golf in the calendar. That's all we have to do is put it in the
I'm just waiting for it to get a little bit warmer. Like
Yeah.
I'm not pushing it off. I'm just waiting for it to
When's
get
the
a
last
little
time
bit
you
warmer.
went to Top Golf? Just
I
curiosity.
only went once, maybe last year. Like
Was it in the winter though or the summer?
summer?
I went in the middle of the winter. It was freezing. But when you get in there, they had the heat going so much to the point where you had to walk out of it was
Yeah.
blowing like this commercial
Well, then,
heater.
but
right
then
in your
is that
face.
noisy though? Because I want to record
No,
something. I don't
no,
want-
no,
I don't
no,
need the
it
noise.
wasn't
Okay,
noisy.
So maybe we can go now.
We could no, but I'm telling you, let's go when they don't have to put fake weather in there.
Okay, so maybe
No, it was warm
in the
enough.
dead of winter. The heat's okay.
Dude, it was too warm in certain spots.
All right.
Yeah,
good.
but he
All right.
runs hot. Like he's,
No, big.
I'm freezing.
Everybody was hot. It's like it was
That's gonna be good. I'm putting the.
picture a commercial heater
Okay.
blaring 10 feet.
Do you have a
from
fourth? Is there a fourth that you know that we can take
Nah,
go
we could
golfing?
get an easy fourth.
We can easily get it. We'll get Pat Dunn. We'll see how he does.
Is he a golfer?
No, I don't
He'd
know.
probably think he's great in
I
golf.
think he
though.
golf. Oh no,
Jack
Taylor,
Adam, I
Taylor,
think
Jack,
golf.
Taylor was
Jack
golfing.
is.
Or Taylor, we could get golf.
Taylor.
Jack, yeah, let's get a fourth.
Yeah, we'll get a fourth.
Yeah.
We'll get a fourth. Jack definitely got.
I know they don't require a fourth, but it'd be like
We
know,
could
it might
even
as
get
well.
downtown Ian Brown, who's been wanting to meet Ryan.
Downtown
for a
Ian
while.
Brown
It's an
would be
excuse
great.
to
That'd
get
be
him
fun.
out.
Yep.
You'll
Okay,
love him.
let's do it.
Yeah. I'm down.
We're about wrapping up, but did you guys see you're Mike Francesa, you Mike and Mad Dog?
Of course.
Did you hear the clip of him?
Of course.
I didn't.
I'm anytime something happens for
I love
sometimes-
Francesa, but I
Sometimes
didn't hear
when
this.
I'm like winding down at the end of the night, I'll YouTube Mike Francesa prank calls. And
Oh, it's the
Frank-
best.
it's the greatest. But
I mean, you could go on forever, but I heard this on the radio today. I thought this was so funny, but so he didn't realize he was live. Like he records a podcast, but
This
he
is
also,
like a recent thing happened.
yeah, it was
Yes.
a few days ago. Yes, and actually, I
He
don't
does
know
a
if this is the right
podcast.
thing.
yeah.
He does a
didn't know that.
podcast, so he records.
BetRivers.com.
It goes.
Sports talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you
okay.
think?
I
He's talking
just-
movies?
I don't know.
Can you imagine sports movies? So it goes out live.
I seen a Nora. I don't know, folks.
It goes out live, but then they record it and release it as a podcast later.
Okay.
But so he's recording it, and he doesn't realize that he tells them to stop the recording, and then he berates his producers. He's like, "Who said that? Who said that?" and
What
then,
I love is nobody's answering him.
Yeah.
He's like, talk to me.
but then he goes, he's like. He goes, all right, put it back on. And they're like, yo, we've been on this whole time. I don't know if you know, like, we didn't shut it down and we can't pick up. He's like, are you kidding me? So, yeah, I don't know if this is, let's see if I can, I didn't prepare to do this, but,
And the thing about Francesa is at this point, he knows that this is going to make news.
so he goes, well, this is going to go viral.
yeah, and he,
That's what he said.
Yeah.
remember when he fell asleep on the air?
Yes.
When he was talking to, who's the old Yankees beat reporter?
Yeah.
Oh God, what the hell? Sweeney Murdy. And he fell asleep, and there's video of him, and he pops up. His eyes are popping; they're bulging out of his head. And then for the next 3 to 6 months, people called up and, "Hey, Mike, how you doing? Are you just want to make sure you're awake?"
Yeah.
And here's Francesa's biggest fault: he refuses to admit when he's
my
wrong.
God.
He can't admit.
Yeah.
He can't admit it.
Let's see if this has a link to it. Close.
I'm telling you, for a good time, just go on YouTube
Francesa.
and look at
When
Francesa.
people prank him and he just hangs up on him with disgust.
You wasted your time there.
It's impossible.
And that's what he thinks, that everybody wasted their time, and no,
That's what
they
he did.
wasted a second of his time.
Yeah,
and
I'm
that's
good.
all
You
they
waited
did.
on the line 40 minutes to say that. Hope you're happy.
This guy waited 2 hours.
I can't. I don't know. I can't
Plus.
find this video, but
Oh, B, you got to find this for the way home at least for me.
yeah, it's so funny because he's going on. Somebody made the mistake of saying that St. John won the tournament. He goes, they didn't win
Wait a
that.
second. Wait a second. What? Who said that?
Who said that? Who said that?
Wait a second.
And nobody's answering him. It's not true. Why would
not true.
why would you have a tournament? They win. They play tonight, and whoever wins tonight, they win the tournament. It's like, all right, yeah, but it's so funny. And he's like, they're like, oh, yeah, we've been on this whole time. He's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Well, this is gonna go viral. Yeah.
He's the best.
God, it's so good.
Just the growling. I went to an event once at the Hard Rock Cafe. I met him and Joe Girardi.
Wow.
He
That's
signed-
why you went? Was they were gonna be there?
Yeah, it was a breakfast with Joe Girardi and Mike Francesa.
Is that that's a Mets shirt you wearing?
Yeah.
Is that like a World Series? I thought that was like
That makes me sick.
What makes you sick?
You wearing an '86 Mets shirt?
Yeah, that was the time I was a Met fan.
I thought it was like an FAN.
No.
He's
Sure.
a big Met fan now.
All right.
I got tickets for the first week, Monday
No, you
night.
didn't.
Yep, Monday night. I'm seeing the Mets
Really?
Monday night.
Where
Yeah,
you going with?
myself.
Oh, I thought you were gonna take me.
What'd you do, Bob? Like just cheap seats?
Yeah, I just bought that.
Go hang out in City Field Bridge.
Yeah, I know. I've been there before. I know.
Yeah,
where
but
it
you're
is.
not a real Met guy. You don't know how to watch the game properly.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. This guy's gonna tell me what.
You're gonna
That's
call
a-
that your
I-
stadium now.
The tickets up top are fun though too. That's
I love City Field. I can't wait. Yeah, Monday. I think they play the Blue Jays. Or no, maybe it's the Marlins. But yeah, I'll be there, rooting on the boys.
bring back the Expos.
I would
Bring
love
back
they bring
the
back-
Montreal Expos.
You know what's fucked up is how good the Expos were when they got sent. I mean, well, right before that with Pedro and Mantle, they were
Yeah.
stacked.
Guerrero.
Yeah. But anywho, if you made it this far, everyone,
We appreciate you, and hey, we love you all.
Every one of you.
Most of you.
like and subscribe.
Goodbye.